event time. You see the numbers there, presented by Crescent Tools. Lorenzo Hunt, the champion, versus Joe Riggs.
The big thing here, Lorenzo Hunt has a 4-inch breach advantage. That means Joe's going to have to step forward if he wants to hit Lorenzo, giving Lorenzo a ability to pop that jab, land that two, do whatever he has to do to make Joe Diesel Riggs pay every time he takes a step forward.
The fight for the BKFC light heavyweight title. The challenger, Joe Riggs, 3-1-1 in BKFC, 50 wins in his remarkable pro MMA career. Of those 50 wins, 37 coming by way of TKO or straight knockout. A dozen total fights for Joe Riggs in the UFC, the former WEC middleweight champion. For all of his power, Riggs is a really smart fighter. Very technical, very tactical, very cerebral. Riggs said, I have to establish counters. I have to pick shots smartly. I'm not going to stand and trade with Lorenzo Hunt.
Absolutely. You don't get to have 50 wins by going out there and just throwing wild punches and being a straight fighter. You get in there by skill, by being smart. And that's exactly what Joe Riggs. He's a very smart, technical fighter. Says he knows exactly what his opponent is about. Doesn't want to get in there and fight his game plan, his opponent's game plan. He wants to get in there and fight his own game plan.
We, of course, do not manufacture hype in BKFC. It's against our ethos, Chris. But there is real animosity between Joe Riggs and Lorenzo Hunt. Again, we showed it earlier in the broadcast. It came to a head yesterday at the weigh-ins. Lorenzo Hunt smearing a tomato that he was biting in the face of Joe Riggs. Joe Riggs did not respond in kind.
But Joe feels like his opponent is mentally weak. He feels like if he goes in there and avoids some hard punches right there, lands some punches alone, he will break, get wild, and that's when Joe's going to capitalize.
BKFC's light heavyweight champion, Lorenzo Hunt, looking for successful title defense of this strap, #1. 7-1 overall in bare knuckle, 6-1 promotionally in BKFC. Hunt has also had 8 pro MMA fights. So of his 16 combined pro combat sports bouts, Hunt has gone the distance just twice.
Wow, unbelievable right there. Said he definitely wants to utilize his speed and power to combat what Joe does well. Wants to move Joe backwards. He feels like Joe cannot fight well when he is been forced to back up. That's his game plan, to push him back as much as humanly possible.
Hunt relatively dismissive of the skill set of Joe Riggs. He said Riggs relies on excellent cardio, but beyond cardio, he didn't feel that Riggs had power. He didn't feel that he had the technical ability that Hunt himself possesses.
Yeah, that's a interesting statement right there from watching Joe Riggs for many years in the past. Definitely it seems like he has power. That Melvin Gallar fight shows that he does, but that's not important. What is important, Hunt doesn't respect that power. We're going to see if Joe can change that to go in there and land that punch and make Lorenzo respect it. If he can't, then it's going to be a tough night for Joe Riggs.
For all of the power of Lorenzo Hunt, he said everything for me in every bare knuckle fight starts with excellent defense.
So true, but both these guys have excellent defense, Sean, so it's going to be a very technical battle.
The emotions are high. The moment at hand, here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the main event. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds for the undisputed BKFC World Light Heavyweight Championship. Presented to you by Onnit, Total Human Optimization. Tonight's main event is regulated by the Kansas Athletic Commission. Executive Director Adam Rohrbach. Our 3 judges scoring our main event: Jamie St. Marks, Dave Evans, Gabriel Yellow Owl. And the third man inside the squared circle, our referee in charge of the action at the bell, Big Dan Mergliata. And now, with our bare knuckle fight fans watching live worldwide on Bare Knuckle TV from the sold-out Four Seasons Arena. Fight fans of Great Falls, it's time to introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears white trimmed and black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 182.2 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat with 1 fight even. He is the #1 light heavyweight challenger and longtime combat sports legend, fighting out of Great Falls, Montana, Joe Diesel Riggs. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears white and red. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 185.9 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 7 victories opposite only a single defeat. Ladies and gentlemen, here is your defending, undisputed BKFC World Light Heavyweight Champion, fighting out of Jacksonville, Florida, by way of Cleveland, Ohio, Lorenzo, the Juggernaut Hunt.
November of last year, Lorenzo Hunt won this inaugural BKFC light heavyweight title when he defeated Hector Lombard by unanimous decision. Now Lorenzo Hunt's first fight as the champion. Lorenzo Hunt, Joe Riggs after scratch, round number 1. White and red trucks for the champion Lorenzo Hunt, white and black trucks for the challenger Joe Riggs. So the bounce in the step of Riggs. Double jab, right hand, not there for Hunt.
And I talked about it on my keys to victory. All who can stay outside that lead foot has that straight, either left or right down the pipe.
Make no mistake, these are 2 very powerful punchers who do not brawl. The power comes from technique, speed, and timing. Riggs missing with that overhand right. Heel bounce in the step of Riggs, much more stationary stance for Hunt.
Hunt's just planted, waiting to throw that bomb.
Slide forward, pressure by Riggs. 60 seconds gone around number 1. 2 swings, 2 misses by Hunt. Right hand to that high-tight striking guard of Riggs. Definitely took Riggs though off his striking line.
This is what this one's all about. Who's able to get out that foot on the outside. When they do, they try to explode inside, just like that. Joe got that foot on the outside.
He's trying to land the 2. Clubbing on the overhand right. We'll see how Morgliata rules this. He rules it a knockdown.
Really? Like a shot to the back of the head, maybe.
Mandatory 8 count given by Dan Morgliata to Joe Riggs. Coming forward to the body. Riggs circling out.
That's not the...
Morgliata thought that was the bell.
I don't think that was the bell.
That's been the issue all night, Chris. We were joking about it in the prelims that they don't have the wood clackers here in Great Falls, Montana. And the 10-second clack sounds like a bell ringing.
And here's another look at that, what was considered a knockdown. That was more just a clubbing, almost just pulled him down. Hit him in both the shoulders, back of the head. Watch this, Sean. I'm not sure how that's considered a knockdown, to be honest with you. I think that was a mistake right there. It looked like he just clubbed him from behind the head and pulled him down.
Judges in combat sports are taught even if you disagree with the decision of the referee, if that's the referee's decision, you have to score it that way. So even if one of the three or all of the three ringside judges feel that it was not a knockdown, Murgliata ruled it as such, they have to score it 10-8.
You can see right there, Sean, we're talking about that was not the real battle. It's been a problem. Look, I have to talk to Murgliata about that.
We were joking about it again in the prelims, not so funny in the main event.
Obviously, 10-8 Hunt for them.
And again, the judges did what they had to do, rule it a knockdown, whether they agreed or not. You definitely disagreed with Dan Murgliata. No huge protest, though, from the Riggs camp and Joe Riggs himself, round number 2. Coming forward, Riggs missing on the counter right hand. Riggs from his natural southpaw stance.
Joe's gonna need to get that foot on the outside and come with that straight left on the pipe for him to win this fight.
Riggs to the inside, now into the clinch. Riggs snatching on the underhook. Active clinch, Murgliata allowing this to continue. Driving pressure from Joe Riggs in activity, that draws the break from Dan Murgliata. Right back to it. Duck the level change from Lorenzo Hunt. Hunt opening up his chest, opening up his stance. 65 seconds remaining, round 2.
Joe just waiting for that opportunity to get that foot to the outside instead of that straight left. And Lorenzo trying to make his own opportunity.
To the body, down goes Joe Riggs. No controversy there.
That punch landed. Did a lot of damage to Riggs. Oh, I don't think he's getting up.
Riggs cannot beat the count. And the dominant run of form for Lorenzo Hunt continues. Title defense, number 1.
And that one just caught Joe Riggs right in a good spot. Great punch by Lorenzo Hunt. Just looked for his right opportunity, landed. I'm telling you, when this guy hits you, he's gonna hurt you. Another look at that. Landed a couple to the body, set it up, and then the head was open. Couple hollows at the body, to the body, straight right. Landing clean on Joe Riggs' head. Here's Joe continuing to try to get up, but when you get hit like that, your legs are not underneath you, no matter how bad you want to get up, not always possible.
That is a first-class performance for Lorenzo Hunt in his first fight as the BKFC light heavyweight champion. Hunt now 7-1 in BKFC with 1 successful title defense, defeating the ultra-talented, ultra-accomplished Joe Diesel Riggs. Again, controversy on the knockdown in round number 1. Absolutely no controversy there. Riggs dropped. Could not beat the count. Murgliata ending it. Huge disappointment for Joe Riggs in his adopted home city where he is based with his family, Great Falls, Montana. For all the hyperbole, all of the histrionics in the build-up to this fight from Lorenzo Hunt. We were in replay, you didn't see it, but Hunt going over to Riggs, showing nothing but class, talking to Joe Riggs, champion to champion. We go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Big Dan Murgliata, reaches the count of 10 at 1 minute 12 seconds into round number 2. For your winner by KO and still BKFC World Light Heavyweight Champion, Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt.
I'm here with the winner, Lorenzo Hunt. Congratulations on a fantastic victory over very tough Joe Diesel Riggs. Look like the game plan going in there is stay relaxed, wait, be composed, and explode. Is that the game plan going in?
Well, I know Joe's pretty good. I know he's got solid boxing. All I had to do was let him fall into my trap. When I touch him, he will see that I'm the champ for a reason. it's not a mistake. I'm going to travel state to state, teaching you people why I'm the champ.
All right, I know you've talked about wanting to fight in different weight classes. What's next for you?
I am going to continue to defend my belt while challenging for the 205 belt so I can be the first double world champion in BKFC history. After I take that title from Trujillo or Quentin Henry or whoever the fuck they put in there with me, then I'm going to heavyweight and I will be your first 3-seed champ. I'm taking this bitch over.
Hey, bold plans, congratulations on a great fight.
Lorenzo Hunt entering versus Joe Diesel Riggs, ultra confident. And he absolutely delivered a world-class performance as the BKFC light heavyweight world champion. Riggs down in round number 1 with controversy, no controversy in round 2. Dan Murgliata reaches the count of 10. The winner, by way of second-round knockout, Lorenzo Hunt successfully defends his title as he defeats Joe Riggs.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 30 on Saturday, October 1st. The Cruiserweight title is on the line as the arrogant yet talented Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt fights a man hungry for gold, Quentin the Hero Henry, plus the highly anticipated debut of combat sports vet Big Ben Rothwell when he collides with BKFC vet, the Bible Belt brawler Bobo O'Bannon. Live on the BKFC app, downloaded at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Feature fight time, the numbers presented by Crescent Tools. In the Cruiserweight division, Quentin Henry versus Sawyer DP.
And Sean, you can see here by the tail of the tape, incredibly even. This is not going to matter who has physical attributes. This fight is going to be who lands that big punch first, and that's all this is about. So we can throw the tail of the tape out the window. This is not about that. It's about that big first punch.
2 wins in BKFC for Sawyer DP. His most recent victory coming this past April. He defeated William Dunkel by first-round TKO.
Great fight from him, just brimming with confidence after, even though it was a loss, his fight before this, he just comes out very confident. He knows he's on that level now. Sometimes a loss isn't always bad. And look, just came in throwing hard punches the entire time. He believes he's ready for a title. He believes he should be where he's at right now. So when you're a confident fighter, you're a dangerous fighter, and he proved it in this fight right here.
Sawyer DP, 2-1 in BKFC. Had 13 AMI MMA bouts, wrestled at the NAIA level at the University of Montana Western. At our fighter meeting, DP said, I want to land constant counters. I feel that I'm going to be faster than Quentin Henry. I need to stay on the outside, pick my shots. I cannot get overly excited.
Said he knows what his opponent has, a big right hand. He's got to stay away from Quentin's big right hand. He cannot get pushed back into the ropes and let his opponent tee off on him.
DP said, make no mistake, this is my toughest fight in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. I cannot let Henry establish his inside game, be heavy. What I can do is land, get him emotional, get him to open up. 4 wins in bare knuckle fighting championship for Quentin Henry. His most recent victory coming this past January. He defeated Chris Sawyer by 2nd round TKO.
And you can see right here, just hard punches. Feels like he has devastating power in both hands. As soon as he hits you, just look at that. Landed big power right there. That about did the day right there for Soros. Man, what a wild fight. These guys are just going at it the entire time right there. Quentin Henry is a devastating puncher. He's proven that time and time again. Was able to win this fight right here. Just an absolute animal when he's able to land the punches.
Quentin Henry has achieved success in 3 pro combat sports. He enters 4-1 in BKFC, 12-6 in his pro MMA career, 1-0 in pro boxing. Henry told us in training for this bout, he has put a premium on his conditioning.
Conditioning, but also defense. He realizes he's really good at being defensive when he stays focused on it.
Henry said, I'm going to stay behind my jab. I'm going to be very selective. Accuracy is key for me. I feel I just need to land 1 clean punch to win this fight.
Said he wants to be more of a sniper, just waiting for the exact right moment and then striking.
Henry said of Sawyer DP, through 3 fights, he's gotten better with every fight. I don't think he fully rotates into his power. I think he's going to be there to be hit. Henry said, I'm sure DP thinks he's going to be faster than me, and DP said, yeah, I'm going to be faster than Henry. Henry said, though, for me, it's not about who's faster, it's who about can catch the timing. I'm going to catch his timing. To get our feature fight started, Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the Cruiserweight division. Presented to you by BetOnline.ag. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner tonight, he wears black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 203.3 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Lolo, Montana, here is Sawyer DP. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tonight, he wears blue, trimmed in white and red. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall. His official weight, 204.9 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of West Monroe, Louisiana, here is Quentin the Hero Henry. And our referee in charge of the action, Bobby Wambacher.
Sporting touch of hands, up to scratch, round number 1. Red, white, and blue trucks for Quentin Henry, black trucks for Sawyer DP. Hard jab from the southpaw stance for Henry. DP in the southpaw stance as well. Jab again. DP slightly grabbing his eye, reacting to that.
And Quentin has talked about before, if he can just land a jab on somebody, he can hurt him.
True to his word, you see the patience of Quentin Henry. He talked about not throwing unnecessary punches. He looking for the entry. Snap jab again from Quentin Henry.
Watch those fingers.
Bobby Wambacher telling Sawyer DP, don't extend your fingers towards Henry's face.
And you can just see right now, Quentin's waiting to counter his opponent, just waiting for the right time to explode.
Right hand from DP didn't fully land. 55 seconds remaining, round number 1. DP on the feint. There's the jab again, double jab, left hand, another left hand from Henry. That was slick. Henry resetting, center circle. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1 of our feature fight. Right hand jab. off the turn.
Watch those fingers.
And Wambacher telling DP, do not extend fingers towards the face of Quentin Henry. Snap jab, then the return right back from Henry. Hard left hand, another left hand, and that drops Sawyer DP. Up at 8 is Sawyer DP. Final seconds, round number 1. Big round number 1 for Quentin Henry, recording the knockdown. There is the bell.
The Crescent Lufkin Shock Force tape measure has the durability to handle any job site. Measure faster with the 14-foot standout and two-sided blade with easy-to-read markings. Did we mention durability? Crescent tools, trusted by the trades. Available now at your local tool retailers.
And you can tell right now, I believe that DP is still a little bit hurt after this. Just a nice left hand right there. Couple of them, but Quentin Henry is accurate. When he hits somebody, he hurts them. So DP's gonna have to be very careful, especially starting off this round. He might get hit clean right away, and he might go down again. He might be for the count this time.
Sporting touch of hands again, round number 2. Hard right jab, and that drops Sawyer DP for the second time in this fight.
I don't think he's getting up, Sean.
The count of 10 reached, and Quentin Henry just keeps on rolling. It is cliched in combat sports to say a non-heavyweight has heavyweight power, but make no mistake, Cruiserweight Quentin Henry has full-on legitimate heavyweight power. Finishing Sawyer DP, the start of round number 2 off of the jab. Cool as you like, full extension, full connection. That's the win for Quentin Henry against the very tough and talented Sawyer DP. Quentin Henry now 5-1 in BKFC. A dominant performance against a quality opponent for Quentin Henry. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Bobby Wambacher, reaches the count of 10 at 18 seconds into round number 2 for your winner by KO, Quentin, the Hero, Henry.
I'm here with the winner, Quentin Henry. Quentin, fantastic performance right there. Looked like you were coming out very poised, wanting to be more of a sniper. Is that the game plan? Is as soon as you hit somebody, you feel like you can hurt them?
What's that again, sir?
Do you feel like as soon as you hit somebody, you can hurt them, try to be more of a sniper out there?
No doubt, man. I mean, I got power in the left jab, the right jab. You know, all I got to do is connect. And, you know, when you're this weight and you just got a little bit of technique, that's all it takes. So you sit around, work on your defense, don't get hit, land a couple shots, and the fight's over.
You came out here as southpaw this time. What was that about?
Well, you know, the jab is such an effective weapon in bare knuckle, and I'm right-handed, and my left jab is the best in the sport. I'm even better with my right. So, you know, why wouldn't we just trade jab for jab in the southpaw stance? 5-1
now. I know what's coming here, but what do you want next?
Man, I want to go home and hold my babies and rest for a little bit. I feel like you know, I want Lorenzo Hunt, whether it's for a title or not. I'm tired of him running his mouth like I'm not here, like I ain't been here this whole time. All y'all know I have. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time before he catches a little alpha and omega, and it's just done for.
Hey, congratulations on a great fight. Can't wait to watch you fight again.
Appreciate it, brother.
Poised and ultimately dominant for Quentin Henry. Dropping Sawyer DP in round number 1 and then finishing DP with that right-handed jab from the southpaw stance in round 2. The winner by way of second round KO, Quentin Henry defeats Sawyer DP.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 30 on Saturday, October 1st. The Cruiserweight title is on the line as the arrogant yet talented Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt fights a man hungry for gold, Quentin the Hero Henry, plus the highly anticipated debut of combat sports vet Big Ben Rothwell when he collides with BKFC vet, the Bible Belt brawler Bobo O'Bannon. Live on the BKFC app, download it at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Including our 2 prelims, we've yet to see a round number 3. I don't think that's going to change, Chris, in this bout as we move to the heavyweights. Bobo O'Bannon versus Zach Kalmas. The numbers are presented by betonline.ag.
Bobo O'Bannon has a slight height advantage, but he's got a huge reach advantage right there. Zach Kalmas has his work cut out for him, being a first time here, fighting against a veteran. He's got to work to get his way to the inside, but we are dealing with a guy who's fought a lot of amateur fights, Golden Glove experience. Feels like his hands are much better than his opponent. Wants to get on the inside and work his magic.
Oh my God, it's a fucking pain in the fucking ass.
Zach Kalmas, veteran of 23 amateur boxing bouts, 1-0 in his pro boxing career, and earned his way onto this BKFC card through the open tryouts.
Absolutely, came to the open tryouts, says he likes to do a lot of sparring. That's his #1 thing to do. That's how he trains. He doesn't do a lot of sprints, doesn't do a lot besides a lot of sparring. He's even sparring himself right now, as you can see, hitting himself in the face, getting himself ready.
Kalmas said, "I'm willing to take big shots to land big shots," including on himself, apparently. Kalmas said of Bobo O'Bannon, he has power, but I feel that he struggles when he's pressured, and he does not react well when he is hit hard.
Well, and he said that's one thing he does have. He has will, he has determination, he has no quitting. He's going to come forward. He's willing to take one to give one. He's willing to push his opponent back if need be.
Kalmas talked to us on our fighter meeting about walk down pressure, smartly cutting off the ring, working off of the jab, establishing himself into the pocket. Bobo O'Bannon is a natural-born finisher. He showed it in Toe the Line versus Mike Kyle, and he has shown it in BKFC.
Yeah, look at him right here. Mike Kyle, a huge individual, very impressive, a lot of knockouts, was not intimidated at all. Cat up off the canvas to get that victory.
So Bobo O'Bannon, 2-2 in bare knuckle. Both wins by way of knockout. 10-6 in pro boxing, all 10 wins by way of knockout. You combine pro bare knuckle with pro boxing, O'Bannon has either finished or been finished in 19 of those 20 pro fights.
So you're saying the judges aren't necessary for this fight either? Is that what you're saying, Sean?
Again, we have not seen a round 3 tonight, Chris, and I don't think that will change in this fight.
Well, Bobo's really been working on a lot of different aspects right now. He's throwing his punches totally different. He said he went back to the drawing board and saw mistakes he was making. Lifting up that left hand when he threw the jab. Having that right hand come from the wrong angle. He's worked on it, he's corrected it. Even defensively, he doesn't want to be in what he calls that bombshell. You can't block here like you can in regular boxing. He's learned that, and he said he corrected these problems.
O'Bannon said, I don't feel that Zach Kalmas has one-punch knockout power, but I respect the fact that he's a volume puncher. I have to be aware of that.
Yeah, he wants to really get, he knows his opponent wants to get on the inside, but he says he doesn't mind being on the inside himself. If his opponent thinks he's going to get in there and rough him up, Bobo says that's not happening. He's been working on all aspects of the fight game, and he's ready to display that tonight. He's super excited about his new skills.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by BetOnline.ag. Introducing you first, fighting out of the right corner. Tonight he wears red, white, and black camouflage. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 257.1 pounds. He is undefeated as a pro boxer at 1-0 and makes his bare knuckle debut here tonight. Fighting out of Gloucester, Massachusetts.
Let's go, Gloucester!
Here is Zach Kalmas.
I love you! Best day of my life! Best day of my life! If I die tomorrow, this was the
And
best
across
day!
the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears black and gray trimmed in pink and green. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, an even 253 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 2 victories opposite 2 defeats. Fighting out of McLean, Mississippi, here is Bobo, the Bible Belt Brawler O'Bannon. And our referee in charge of the action, Nick Sherlock.
Back up for me, Zach. Zach Kalmas told us, expect a rapid fire start from me off of the scratch line.
Fighters, total
Bobo
line.
O'Bannon said, expect
Ready?
to see me calm,
Ready?
pumping my
Knuckle up.
jabs, straight punches. Round number 1. There's that fast start from Kalmas off the scratch line. Off of the jab, he's in the camouflage trunks. Black and silver trunks for Bobo O'Bannon. O'Bannon stepping forward, missing with the right hand. Stiff left jab from O'Bannon. Kalmas to the body. There's the volume. Counter right hand from O'Bannon. Kalmas firing back. Kalmas now in the clinch. Left hand, right hand from Kalmas.
Kalmas doing exactly what he said he was going to do, standing right in his opponent's face and throwing punches.
Big right hand, huge swings. There's the counter from O'Bannon on the right hand. That backs off Kalmas. Kalmas now into the clinch with the body lock.
And he's just
Work our way out of that.
staying so active as Kalmas.
Right hand, down goes Zach Kalmas.
1, 2, you ready? Step towards me. Knuckle up.
Bobo's got to figure out a way to keep his opponent at bay. Hit some more jabs. Back in what he's closing the distance for his opponent right now.
There's the left jab from Kalmas that lands. O'Bannon walking through it. Off of the jab right hand. 55 seconds remaining in a ferocious heavyweight round number 1.
Oh, good body punch being landed right there.
Left hand, O'Bannon walking forward. Right hands, huge shots, another right hand getting through. There's the uppercut. Nick Sherlock just told Kalmas, you have to show me something. He says it again. Kalmas trying to fire back into the clinch. The half-tide pump for Kalmas. O'Bannon still throwing. There's the uppercut.
Back. Wait. Let's go.
He took his mouthpiece out. Kalmas has got to work on tying him up right now, getting his wits about him. Because he's in huge trouble right now. The referee's
right hand and another. And that is it. The standing TKO.
No, it's a standing 8 count.
There is no standing 8 count in bare knuckle, but Nick Sherlock has just ruled one.
Knuckle up.
Bobo's going to try and finish it right now.
Huge right hands looking to finish. Kalmas in all sorts of trouble. There is the bell. And that is the end of round 1.
And you can really see Kalmas right there. He hit that wall. He gave it all he could for about a minute and 5 seconds. When they said 55 seconds left, he looked like he was done. And I would not be surprised if the referee jumped in and stopped this fight, because Kalmas looks like he's in a world of hurt right now. And here's the start of that fight, just right in their face.
1 and 2, and then we start ready to go.
Big punches being landed by both fighters right there. You can just see just a melee of both. Oh, there was a big right hand. Bobo O'Bannon did a great job of keeping his composure in there. Just heavy shots coming from Zach Kalmas. And here, after the pace slows down a little bit, it really favors Bobo O'Bannon.
Nick Sherlock stepping in there. He ruled that as an old school boxing standing 8 count. There's the mandatory 8 count, which means when you go down, you get a minimum 8 seconds. Technically no mandatory 8 count. O'Bannon not bothered. He starts round number 2 just like he finished round number 1. Walk down, pressure on the punches. Huge left hand.
O'Bannon's got to be careful now. The first minute is when his opponent really has.
And that is a legitimate knockdown.
4, 5, 6, 7. Ready? After me.
Zach Kalmas being true to his word. No quit in him. He's still there to fight.
We'll see how hard O'Bannon goes for the finish line. O'Bannon's now stepping in. Half-tie plum snatched by Kalmas, continuing to throw. Right to the body, stiff jab from O'Bannon.
And if I'm O'Bannon, I'm not really tied up with my opponent. I'm staying on the outside and landing these huge shots that he can win the fight with.
Kalmas clubbing with the right hand, not much on that. Right to the body, that landed from Kalmas.
That's what it
50
means.
seconds remaining round 2.
I'm not sure why Bobo was staying in there with him. If he stays on the outside, it's a 100% guarantee he's gonna win the fight.
Huge mouse under the left eye of Kalmas. He lands that body shot, straight right hand from O'Bannon. Coming forward again to the body, left hand, huge right hand. One-way traffic for Bobo O'Bannon. 30 seconds remaining second round. Left hook.
Kalmas is taking a lot of heavy shots right now.
Left hand again, and down on the left hand goes Zach Kalmas.
I'm not sure how much farther Nick Sherlock's gonna let this fight go on. But Zach Kalmas is not gonna quit, I guarantee you that.
To his credit, Kalmas up. Final seconds, round number 2. O'Bannon on the entry with the left hook. Uppercut, big left hand from O'Bannon. Right hand. Will that be ruled a knockdown? It is. You cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Good refereeing there from Nick Sherlock.
3, 4,
Multiple bells.
5, 6, 7.
The bells rang. The bells rang.
So this round is over.
Round, that's a round.
And that's a huge round for Bobo O'Bannon.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much longer they're going to let this fight go on. Bobo O'Bannon's doing a great job of landing big punches. He needs to stay on the outside. He's probably going to win no matter where the fight goes, but why give Zach Kalmas any chance to land any kind of shot on the inside? He's going to win if he stays on the outside. He just has to do what he has to do and stay on the outside. Zach Kalmas has to do anything he can in his power to get on the inside. He cannot stay on the outside and continue to take these hard shots. We talked about the reach advantage right there. Bobo O'Bannon is utilizing it from time to time. When he stays on the outside, there's no way he can get him to land those big punches. Right here. Oh, huge shot right down the pipe right there. Put him to the ground. But Zach told us early, no quit in him, and he's showing that right now.
And probably, as it seems, our first round number 3 of the night comes in this bout. But we may not have a round number 3. And we will not. That is it. Corner stoppage, and Bobo O'Bannon is back.
Wow. Man, that fight was hard to even talk about. There was so much fight going on, so much action going on in the middle of those rounds. It was hard for me to get a word in right. And those guys just put on a great display for us.
Bobo O'Bannon is a gentleman in every sense of the word, and you see the class there against his opponent, Zach Kalmas, in victory.
Absolutely. We've talked to him many times, a great guy. Now that fight right there may have not been the most technical fight we've seen. They didn't explain the most good, but they showed a lot of heart right there, and it was very entertaining.
And full credit to Zach Kalmas from the open tryouts. Welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. You get Bobo O'Bannon in your first bout, and Kalmas continued to get up off of the canvas. He took just thundering blast.
Absolutely. You know, they're talking to the owner right there, and that's exactly what the owner wants. When you come in here, if you fight like that, you're going to have a career here. You're going to have some longevity. You come in and fight, and if you get knocked down, you continue to get up. And he's not getting knocked down with little shots, or he's getting knocked down by Bobo O'Bannon shots. Those are tough.
Chris, you fought in Japan for Pancrase. I commentated in Japan for Pride. They always talked about the warrior spirit. That was warrior spirit from both men.
100%. That Bushido spirit is what they love out there. It wasn't about always winning, losing. It was come out there and fight as hard as you can. That's what these guys did right here. Glad to see Bobo get back in his winning ways. He's fought nothing but tough fights. He's always a main event.
That was something special in the heavyweight division, a phenomenally fun fight. Well done from both men, especially to Bobo O'Bannon in victory. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we go to the decision, let's have a round of applause for these two heavyweight warriors. Our ringside physician steps in and calls a stop to the fight at the conclusion of round number 2 for your winner by TKO, Bobo, the Bible Belt Brawler, O'Bannon.
Great fight for Bobo. Love seeing him get back in the winning ways. He's looked phenomenal, but he's fought nothing but really tough guys. Lost a couple in a row, but this is exactly what he needed to get back on the winning ways. Showed a lot of improvement right there, a lot of skills he's developed.
Coming off of back-to-back losses, Bobo O'Bannon changed his training, completely reconfigured his jab, said he thought about footwork, thought about head movement. It all showed in that victory, Chris.
I mean, unbelievable for that quick of a fight. Look, we fought for 4 minutes. We had 120 punches almost thrown by Bobo, 80 for his opponent. And look at that landing percentage, 68. I've never seen a percentage like that in a boxing match. 16 body punches being landed. Wow, what a statement victory right there for Bobo O'Bannon.
If anyone thinks that heavyweights are boring, just watch this fight. Nothing boring from these two powerful heavyweights. Officially, the time, TKO, 2 minutes of round number 2, round number 3 not starting. Kalmas' corner stopped it. He refused to quit. The winner, by way of second round TKO, Bobo O'Bannon defeats Zach Kalmas.
The world's most exciting combat sport, Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship presents BKFC 30 on Saturday, October 1st. The Cruiserweight title is on the line as the arrogant yet talented Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt fights a man hungry for gold, Quentin the Hero Henry, plus the highly anticipated debut of combat sports vet Big Ben Rothwell when he collides with BKFC vet, the Bible Belt Brawler Bobo O'Bannon. Live on the BKFC app, downloaded at bkfc.com. Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Our feature fight of the evening at 205 pounds, Quentin Henry versus Chris Sawyer. Our tale of the tape is presented by betonline.ag.
I mean, once again here, Sean, these guys are so evenly matched up. Half-inch difference in reach advantage, its height advantage, all that's out the window. This is two heavy-handed guys. I think this is going to be more about who's able to get in there, land that first punch.
Full and dominant fighters in all of bare knuckle. Lorenzo, great to see you, brother.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I got to watch these guys. They're fighting for that slot, the 205. That's where I'm the strongest at. So we'll see what we got. This is 50-50 right here.
Round number 1, red, white, and blue trunks for Quentin Henry, black and gold trunks for Chris Sawyer. Jab from Sawyer. So coming forward off the one, there's the jab from Quentin Henry. Lorenzo, what are you looking for from both fighters in this match?
Well, I'm looking for Chris Sawyer to stay level-headed. He's always a lot of fire. And if he can just control that a little bit, then he'll be able to stick it out and give Quentin some real work. Right now, they're filling each other out, and I like that because we never see that from Chris Sawyer. Sawyer,
lead left hook off the mark. Well eluded by Quentin Henry. There's the jab from Henry.
Feels like right now Quentin Henry definitely has the advantage in speed. He was looking to pick his shots. Got to be careful to avoid those big, heavy punches of Chris Sawyer.
I like the tactics that we're seeing from Chris, though. We're seeing something different here. We're seeing Chris Sawyer actually think about what he's doing.
Henry staying measured, Sawyer staying measured. Long jab off the mark.
Both of them are being very respectful.
Well, you have to be. Both these guys have power. Somebody gets hit here, I definitely think somebody's going to be going down.
You called it right on the nose.
Down goes Chris Sawyer. Sawyer up. Tells Morgliani wants to continue.
He's got to be very careful right now. He needs to grab his opponent, because if he gets hit one more time, that's going to be lights out, I believe.
Now we got to see what defense does, because Quentin definitely has the power to put him away.
Henry looking for the overhand right. Final seconds, round number 1. Sawyer on the turn, the pushback.
Survival round.
There's the bell. The end of round 1.
I feel like still, if he got hit one more time from Quentin Henry right there, that was going to be all she wrote.
Flush like that, power is dangerous. Anybody's power is dangerous.
Absolutely, especially this weight class, especially with these two individuals. Hey, who we got on here right now?
I don't know who that is. That guy's crazy.
Great in the ring. Great on the entrance to the ring, Lorenzo Hunt.
Yeah, man, I try to give the people a show. Everybody loves a good show. You know, we got kids out there, so it's more than just, you know, blood and guts and bashing each other out. That you just put on a good show for everybody, you know.
That's the thing here, is this is entertainment first and foremost, and if you're not entertaining people all over the place, that's all part of it. So you want to be in there, you want to be entertaining, but you got to be entertaining the entire time, man, and that's what's going to make people love you as a fighter.
It's nice for the nerves things too, so you're not never really nervous. I got other things I'm thinking about, you know. I'm always performing, so.
Seconds out called. Set for round number 2. We take you back to the knockdown of round number 1.
I mean, that was just both guys throwing their punch. One landed, and that was it.
The jab from Sawyer.
You already see some swelling going on in the eye, too.
Quentin Henry just very intently looking and waiting for openings on his opponent right now. He's just staring, waiting for the right time, not reacting to these punches, these feints. So he was waiting for the right time for this opening we talked about, and he's going to jump all over.
Patience is what Henry stressed above all else in our fighter meeting.
Chris has got to learn something in order to earn some respect. If you got Quentin, this big guy in front of you, not even flinching when you move, you're going to run into something.
There's a big left followed by the overhand right. Duck under from Henry.
I like the way Quentin is protecting himself when Sawyer comes in, and then he's firing off counters. He's looking good.
Sawyer just missing with the right hand, resets. Big overhand right to the left hand.
I thought Sawyer would go down right there.
When Sawyer gets impatient, he gets hurt.
Huge left hand. That rocks Chris Sawyer.
He don't know where he at.
Henry opening up. More big shots. Sawyer firing back right hand. And the knockdown recorded by Chris Sawyer, one apiece.
You can't lose your focus. You got to stay focused.
Henry taking the mandatory 8 from Dan Morgliata.
Even that being said, I still feel like Sawyer is more hurt than Quentin right now.
Yeah, I think he's having trouble seeing.
That was the problem right there. He hurt his opponent. He rushed in. You cannot rush in against a guy who hits as hard as Chris Sawyer.
We thought this would be a great fight. It's playing out to be a great fight. One knockdown apiece. Sawyer down to round 1. Henry down here in round number 2. Good jab from Chris Sawyer. 15 seconds remaining, second round.
Stay strong, stay focused.
Entry on the overhand right.
Got big guys running out of gas in here. Get sloppy. Somebody gets hurt. Good job.
Power jab from Quentin Henry. The bell sounds. Here comes Dan Morgliata.
Hey, it's work. When it's work call, it's work call.
Hey, I know you see red. It's hard to quit throwing punches when you're in the mix right there. Soros is really hurt right now.
They both are hurt.
Oh, that was I'm just impressed.
He didn't even know where he was at for a little while.
And he's just winging punches right now, but he caught his opponent right there with that hard clubbing right hand to the neck almost of Quentin Henry.
Quentin Henry has a bad habit of plodding forward with his head down, swinging punches when he gets excited.
Exactly.
A well-timed uppercut will hurt him.
Oh, Torres seems very visibly upset right now. I can't tell exactly what's happening. He's kind of pushing the cut man away. I'm not sure what's happening right there. He seems very distraught. And you see something you don't normally see. Mark Coleman just kind of, I think, is the fight over?
I think the fight is over.
It's confusion. Mark Coleman is in the ring.
I think it was at the end of the fight.
I don't know why they start the fight. I'm confused, but it looks like you say you can't see. Once you say you can't see, you know the rule. You learned that with Josh Dyer.
Henry shook hands with Mark Coleman. You see the discussion.
He's saying he can't see.
Now Dr. Don Muzi talking with Chris Sorrow. This fight is most definitely over in the win for Quentin Henry, despite the protestations of Chris Sorrow.
Whatever the case may be, it was still an impressive show by Quentin Henry. He showed poise and focus. He threw the right punches at the right time. I think he did a good job.
I was impressed with his calmness most times. He did show that one time when he got out of control, came forward and got knocked down because of it. It's hard. You got that guy hurt, you smell blood, you want to finish him, but you got to be tactical when you do it. You can't just rush in or you're going to get knocked down just like he did.
Yeah, especially since, like I said, this is my division right here. I am the #1 contender in 205. I'm also the world champ. So these guys are fighting for a chance to fight me, and you can't make those kind of mistakes with me.
It was a great performance by Quentin Henry. Give credit to Chris Sorrow, though. Dropped in round #1. Comes back to drop Quentin Henry in round #2.
I mean, very even number of punches thrown. Quentin Henry landed a much better percentage right there, 45% to 25. But I mean, power punches, man, you look at that. It looked like actually Chris Sorrow's landed a few more power punches right there.
For the most part, like I say, he looked very, very good going in there. He took his time. He picked his shots. He popped Chris Sorrow really good in the first round, which set up a win for him. I don't think he ever actually recovered from that damage.
I agree. After he got hit and cracked at the beginning, he was on borrowed time. He did a great job of continuing to fight, but he was hurt.
We've seen him do good. We've seen him do bad, and he does seem to be finding himself in that ring. But it's like I was born in there.
So a physician stoppage is the result. You see why Chris Sorrow was so upset. And again, Sorrow actually won round #2 because even though he took big shots, he dropped Quentin Henry. The bottom line is those are two extremely powerful, talented fighters, and that's a huge win for Quentin Henry. Lorenzo, continued success. So great having you commentate with us.
Thank you very much.
You're truly one of the best in the business.
I appreciate it, and it was one of the best fights, too. I like that. Even though they stopped it, like I said, it was a great fight. It was pretty even. It could have went either way, but Quentin did a good job.
The champ joining us, Lorenzo Hunt. Will we see him, perhaps, versus Quentin Henry? A big fight for both men, and that's a massive win for Quentin Henry. Off the canvas after dropping Chris Sorrow. Physician stoppage, officially 2 minutes of round #2. That is the technical knockout. Quentin Henry defeats Chris Sorrow.
Louisiana, the Pelican State, a beautiful mix of marsh and swamp at the foot of the Mississippi River. And now, for the first time in history, hosting Bare Knuckle Fighting Championships. We kick things off with our preview. 2 big fights to open up this historic night of bare knuckle fighting. Then, speaking of big, we have a massive BKFC debut with UFC and MMA veteran Ben Rothwell. He has eyes on the title, but he has to get through the Bible Belt brawler in Bobo O'Bannon. And then, main event time for the vacant BKFC Cruiserweight Championship. Hometown hero Quentin Henry is taking on our current light heavyweight champion Lorenzo Hunt in what should be a match for the ages. Welcome to BKFC 30. I'm Cyrus Fees. We're here at the Fant Ewing Coliseum on the campus of University of Louisiana, Monroe. Folks, what a night we have for you. And as I said, this is the preview. But before we get to the action, we do, of course, want to address the tragic situation that has happened all throughout the Southeast, specifically in Florida and the Carolinas, as Hurricane Ian has devastated these areas, and not only that, has claimed lives. And we just want to let you know, as an entire company, as I speak for BKFC, that we are certainly thinking of you in this very difficult time. And one of our own, somebody that's usually here helping out with our broadcasts, is actually there on the ground, Andrew Blakeney, and we appreciate your service serving with the National Guard. Folks, this is the preview here for BKFC 30, and it is a special one. But, folks, we have to talk about the app, the BKFC app that's available everywhere. Not only are you going to get tonight's fight, but you're going to get 2 weeks from now in Denver, Colorado with BKFC 31, all for the price of $4.99. I'm not joking. That's less than a Starbucks coffee or a value meal, and you're going to get all that action plus all of our archive footage. Heck, you can even buy BKFC apparel there and listen to the podcast. You can do everything right there on that app. But, folks, it is time to get to the action in the squared circle. For that, we will go ringside for the first time with the voice of the BKFC, Sean Wheelock, in the walking fight of the night, Chris Lytle. Now, first up, Sean, what Lorenzo Hunt has done since 2019 has been epic. What would adding another championship to his mantle mean for his legacy?
Well, it means that Lorenzo Hunt joins Luis Palomino, is the only other fighter to be a 2-weight class world champion in bare knuckle fighting championship. Lorenzo Hunt has been dominant, claiming the 185-pound title. He has that unique mix of patience, intelligence, and explosiveness that was on full display in Hunt's last bout, April of this year, Great Falls, Montana. This was his first fight as the 185-pound champion and taking out Joe Diesel Riggs. Again, you see the patience, then the explosiveness, brilliant power and timing. Game, set, match, Lorenzo Hunt. But he now steps up a weight class to 205 pounds as he faces Quentin Henry.
And Quentin Henry, another guy, massive power, both hands. This guy doesn't know how to put on a boring fight either. Always makes it a knockout when he wins. Just two guys really at the peak right now of their careers.
Well, Chris, let's stay with you. You're kind of the expert in this situation. You know, a lot of people like to put a little action on these fights. What jumps off the page for you when it comes to the odds on the fights?
A lot of money to be made here tonight. A lot of good, very even fights. I like a lot of these. The one that really jumps out at me is Kaleb Harris is only a -170. You bet $175, you can win 100. I think that's a great pick for tonight.
Well, before we go to the action, we have to go to the rules of Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. And they are as followed. 5 2-minute rounds. It is 3 judges with a 10-point must system. Folks, all the hand wraps must be at least 1 inch below the knuckles. Punching in the active clinch is allowed and encouraged. No 3 knockdown rule, no being saved by the bell, and no MMA moves, no takedowns, no elbows, no knees, no footwork here at BKFC. Now let's go to our first bout of the evening, and here's the Crescent Tools. Tell the tape.
We open in the lightweight division. David Bosnick versus Laurent Thibodeaux.
And you can see here Thibodeau does have a 4-inch reach advantage. He's going to utilize against Bosnick. Bosnick likes to stay outside, be slick, use that very fancy footwork. It's up to Thibodeau to make sure he makes him pay every time he tries to step forward to land those punches.
This is the BKFC debut for Lauren Thibodeau. 4-1 in pro MMA, his lone pro mixed martial arts loss coming April of last year versus his opponent in this bout, David Bosnick. Bosnick defeated Thibodeau by 5-round split decision. About that, Thibodeau told us he felt that he won. In this rematch now in the sport of bare knuckle, Thibodeau said he wants to use a wide variety of jabs, keep rolling, keep angling, keep targeting the body of David Bosnick.
Well, he said one thing he's worked on was his head movement. He says he does a very good job of never taking clean shots. He wants to use that funky style and his better timing, which I really liked what he said, better timing to get in there and get the job done.
This is the BKFC debut for David Bosnick. 11-6 is his pro MMA record. And one of those wins, as we just mentioned, coming against Lauren Thibodeau, August of last year by 5-round split decision. About the Bosnick said, no question, I absolutely won that fight. 2 of those 3 judges had it correct. Bosnick has also had 1 pro boxing bout. He told us in our fighter meeting he prides himself on his quickness and on his creativity. He said, I'm going to leave my hands down to bait in Lauren Thibodeau.
Well, he said he's a pressure fighter, but he's a pressure counter fighter. He comes in and he makes them punch at him, and then he moves and he counters. He doesn't like to back up. He feels like his movement is really what makes him different from his fighter.
Bosnick said both Thibodeau and I are not one-punch knockout fighters. We both rely on volume and finesse. I just have a little more volume and a little more finesse. To get us started, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the Fat Ewing Coliseum here in Monroe, Louisiana. And welcome to the BKFC debut in the great state of Louisiana. BKFC 30 for review begins tonight with 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division, presented to you by OnlyFans. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears white. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 154.1 pounds. His MMA record stands at 4 victories opposite a single defeat, and tonight makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Shreveport, Louisiana, here is Lauren, the Jack of Blades, Thibodeau. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and yellow. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 155.2 pounds. His MMA record stands at 11 victories opposite 6 defeats. And tonight also makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Alexandria, Louisiana, here is David the Boss Bosnick. And our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
Lauren Thibodeau told us, I am not concerned with David Bosnick's punching power. What concerns me is if he sets up from the outside, I have to work my way in. Round number 1. Black trunks for David Bosnick, white trunks for Lauren Thibodeau. Switch of stances immediately for Thibodeau and a switch right back. Step in, there's the left hand, counter right hand from Bosnick. Bosnick, true to his word, as he told us, keeping his hands very low, very wide, very open.
And you can just see the way Bosnick just flows and moves and doesn't really feel intimidated at all right there with the punches that are being thrown at him.
On the reset, naked right hand lands from David Bosnick. Clicking the jab, jab right back from Thibodeau. Almost a side jab from Thibodeau on the entry. Straight jab to the body. 120 remaining, round number 1 of this bout of 155 pounds.
I just love that little rock back right there that Bosnick did. He leaned back and came back with his own right hand after he just got out of the way of a punch.
On the entry, good combination on the flurry from Thibodeau, back to the outside. There's the flick jab, rangefinder, left hook lands from Bosnick.
And Bosnick is right. He is a pressure guy, but he just waits to counter. Very good head movement, very good countering out there.
Bouncing the step of Bosnick. Thibodeau off the jab. Now the entry. Half-tie plumb. Snatched by Lauren Thibodeau, but he's driven against the ring ropes by Bosnick. Separation from Dan Mergliotta. 40 seconds remaining, round number 1. Flick jab again from Bosnick. Sneaky right hand from Bosnick. Flicks out the jab, then throws the hard right. Hard left to the body, and the entry for Lauren Thibodeau. Good overhand right from Bosnick. That punch is there, Chris, in round number 1.
He's throwing some very good counters. Wait for the right time, wait for that jab or that key, whichever it is, whichever stance Thibodeau is coming with. But every time that left hand is thrown, that overhand right's coming.
Just like that on cue, you saw the right hand. Now the entry from Thibodeau. To the clinch. See the patience of Mergliotta. Quick separation, right back to it. Final seconds, round number 1. Right hand, left hand lands from Bosnick. Thibodeau still coming forward, just misses with the right hand. Thibodeau coming forward again. That is the end of round 1.
Man, that was an entertaining round for both guys. So it's very difficult to decide exactly what's going to happen because both guys are switching up their stances so much. Sometimes that left hand might be a jab, sometimes it's a two, sometimes it's an overhand. You just never know what it's going to be based on whether they're right hand or left handed. So it makes it very difficult for both guys, but they're adjusting well, and these guys have fought before, Sean. Split decision like you talked about, so this is a continuation. I don't think these guys can put on a boring fight.
This is our bare knuckle fighting championship debut in Louisiana. BKFC 30 from Monroe. Coming up at the top of the hour, our main card will begin.
How you feel there?
You can move from our free view to the BKFC app to watch our main card, which culminates in our main event for the currently vacant BKFC 205-pound strap, the 185-pound titleist, Lorenzo Hunt versus Quentin Henry. Set for round number 2 of this battle, 155 pounds, David Bosnick versus Lauren Thibodeau. The fighters up to scratch, 36 inches apart. Round number 2. There's that flick jab again, and the walk forward punches from Bosnick. Chris Bosnick almost uses that flick jab almost with the side of his hand as a diversion to land the right.
That's all he's really can do with those jabs.
Short right hand lands from Bosnick on the inside.
I mean, with Thibodeau right now, he's going to have to start throwing a lot of combinations right there because if he just throws one punch, Bosnick's head movement is going to have to get out of the way and fire right back.
Smart from Lauren Thibodeau into the gable grip. He wanted out of that clinch. He got out of that clinch. It's the evolution of this modern revival of bare knuckle fighting. Fighters are figuring out defensively if they want out of the clinch, gable up, S-grip up, and you will get out.
It's like right now, Bosnick, he's flipping that jab out, just waiting for Thibodeau to counter so he can counter that counter.
And nearly through for Thibodeau. Thibodeau again walking forward, Bosnick continuing to stick out the jab. Right hand for Lauren Thibodeau. 60 seconds remaining, round number 2. Separation, right back to it. Both fighters in the center circle. Again, Thibodeau coming forward. And more urgency from Lauren Thibodeau on forward pressure here in round 2 than we saw from him in round 1. Bosnick continuing to keep his hands low as he told us he would. And you see the lucky change. Open chest from David Bosnick. Throws the polo right hand.
Bosnick doing a good job of just waiting for his time to throw one big punch. Good, but Thibodeau's countered right back with multiple punches after that.
Oh. There's that naked right hand, and that drops Lauren Thibodeau. 6, 7, 8. Up at 8 is Lauren Thibodeau. He tells Mergliotta he wants to continue.
Just a flash knockdown looked like right there.
Big mouse now under Thibodeau's left eye. That flick jab once more in the final seconds of round 2. The level change from Bosnick. We move to round 3.
A little surprise right there. Bosnick didn't throw a punch afterwards, didn't even jump on it. But watch this right here. Very good job. Just countered right there. Waited for his opponent throwing that overhand right we keep talking about, Sean. Just waited for the exact right time. That has been there all night. Doesn't matter whether Thibodeau's right hand, southpaw, doesn't matter. He's finding the home for that right hand. Thibodeau's got to do something about that. He's got to keep that left hand up. He's got to, even when he's throwing that jab, he's got to duck that chin down and keep that shoulder in place so he cannot get hit with that overhand right.
Coming up in our co-main this evening, from the UFC, his last 17 bouts, to this, his BKFC debut, OnlyFans gives you an exclusive look backstage of Ben Rothwell. 39 wins in his pro MMA career, 35 of those wins by way of finish.
Hands up, five orthodoxy on the outside. Move it.
Presumably a 10-8 round with the one knockdown recorded in round number 2 for David Bosnick. The fighter's now up to scratch, brought there by Dan Mergliotta. We start round number 3. Double jab, more urgency, power on that jab from Bosnick. Thus far, he's really been using that jab as a diversion to land the right hand, and it was the right that dropped Lauren Thibodeau in round 2.
Maybe what it is right now is Bosnick sees the finish line right there. If he can just land a couple hard punches, I think he can get his opponent out of there.
See that big mouse under the left eye of Lauren Thibodeau, this heavy swelling in Thibodeau's left eye. Good duck under from Thibodeau, and then the left jab.
Thibodeau knows that big right hand's coming. If he didn't before that last round, he learned it right there. Right here, just those the strikes right there. The more being thrown by Thibodeau, however, higher percentage being landed by Bosnick.
Rear right uppercut.
Same thing. Right there with the headshots, more being thrown by Thibodeau, more landed, more better percentage being landed, that is by Bosnick.
That was a hard jab from Bosnick, sent Thibodeau back. Separation from Mergliotta. Now 55 seconds remaining, round number 3. Thibodeau, though, still coming forward, still in this fight, but Bosnick really starting to land.
I like Bosnick trying to throw that uppercut right there instead of that overhand right, because Thibodeau's starting to duck underneath that overhand, that looping overhand right.
Ready? Clean break, right back to it. See that pawing jab from Bosnick.
He just waits. He waits for your opponent to throw a punch, and then he's coming with that uppercut right there.
Naked right hand. Well eluded by Lauren Thibodeau. Thibodeau on the reset. Now looking to come forward from the center circle. Closing stages, round number 3. 15 seconds remaining in this third round. Short double jab from David Bosnick. Right uppercut to the body from Bosnick. Just before the 10 seconds. Come on. Ready? Come on. Big exhale from Thibodeau. Takes that rear right uppercut. Thibodeau walking into that hard shot from Bosnick. Bosnick nearly over the top. We move to round 4.
Both guys are doing a lot of positive things right here. Sean Thibodeau is having trouble with the athleticism and movement right there. Bosnick throwing a punch in his head. He moves and alludes to come right back with his own punch. So I'd like to see Thibodeau like throwing more combos like we talked about earlier, but even some body work, man. He hasn't really thrown much of the body. He's headhunting. He's able to do that, and the guy ducks underneath. He's able to come back with his own power shot. Some body work by Thibodeau would probably pay dividends.
Take the chest out and then set up off of that. If you got to do it.
Water. In our fighter meeting, Lauren Thibodeau said, David Bosnick is faster than me, but I have better timing. Exquisite timing thus far.
Well, Bosnick said he has better timing too. I always like when both guys talk about something that they both do better than the other guys at the same day. These guys both have very good timing. I would agree with him, but as of right now, it doesn't look like Bosnick is getting the better end of it.
All right, ready, up to the line, ready, one go.
Round number 4 underway. From Bosnick, and land, but backed up Thibodeau. Thibodeau down in round number 2. Bosnick had a very good round number 3. So presumably Thibodeau knows he has to turn up the pressure, turn up the temperature here in round 4. Lands that check left hook as Lauren Thibodeau. Snap jab from Thibodeau. See the quickness, the elusiveness of Bosnick defensively. Right uppercut.
Very impressed with these guys' stand-up ability being their first bare knuckle fight. They look like they're veterans and they've been in here for many, many fights.
Both fighters, you can see the athleticism, the quickness, and indeed the slickness. Bosnick to this point has just been a little slicker, a little quicker, and a little more accurate, especially with that right hand.
I'm surprised Thibodeau's not trying to work the inside and do a little dirty boxing thing. He's very good on the ground, great jiu-jitsu practitioner. So you think you want to get inside and push his opponent around, slow him down a little bit.
Check left hook, that lands for Bosnick. Thibodeau starting to fall into the trap of one punch at a time with 45 seconds remaining, round 4.
And Bosnick looking superior as far as just his confidence right now. You can just holds himself differently right now. He's very cocky, or not cocky in the bad sense, but with his hands out, just waiting for his opponent to come in so he can counter. Looking very good right now.
Up jab lands from Bosnick. Now 25 seconds remaining, round 4 of this lightweight fight. Back into the clinch. Check left hook, entry, counter right hand, right back from Bosnick after Thibodeau landed. There's that flick jab again from Bosnick. Now switching stances from ortho to southpaw. Again into the clinch. Right hand on the exit, lands from Bosnick. Back to the entry for Thibodeau. We move to the 5th and final round.
And Sean, with the exception of the one knockdown, I've been very impressed with both guys. Whenever they get hit, they fire immediately right back. There's not just one punch and people falling back and trying to get away. They immediately fire back and hit their opponent. So it's been a very back and forth fight. I've really enjoyed it.
He's got to be hungry or die here. He's either going to give up or come in with everything he's got, all right? If you throw the jab and he ducks,
so right there, look at this.
Uppercuts there, right?
See what I'm talking about? Every time one guy lands a punch, the other one lands one or two. They just continue to fire back. Makes for a very compelling fight. This is what you want to see.
Take a step on the jab and then get out in the pocket.
David Bosnick said, without a hint of arrogance in our fighter meeting, once I gain the timing and rhythm of Lauren Thibodeau, I will take control of this fight.
Everything counts on this round. You hear me?
I would agree with that sentiment right now. He's really, the more the fight goes on, the more he's keeping his hands down, just waiting for his opponent to come in. You can just tell that confidence is swelling up in him right now.
Lauren Thibodeau has done some very good things, but he was dropped in round number 2. David Bosnick has really assumed control of this fight, or so we think. We've been surprised many times before. We will be many times again, not just in bare knuckle, but in all of combat sports. Judges' scorecards assume nothing.
Well, you would have to think right now, Thibodeau's thinking, I'm going to have to get something here, at least a knockdown, if not a knockout.
Thibodeau into the clinch. Reset in the center circle, wide stance for Bosnick. Snap jab from Thibodeau. Thibodeau again, you see, trying to be a bit more aggressive on the entry.
Even when he steps forward like that, though, Bosnick steps away and still lands punches.
Bosnick hands down, chest open, and still very hard to hit.
I said he just leans back out of the punch's way just enough, just an inch away from where he would get hit, and then he's able to fire right back after that.
Bosnick is bleeding now out of his left nostril. Double right hand, left hook to the body for Thibodeau. Jab right back from Bosnick.
I love working the body against a guy who has great head movement because you can't move the body the same way you can move the head.
Two fighters doing very well in their respective BKFC debut. David Bosnick versus Lauren Thibodeau. A fun fight. We're in the stretch drive now. 40 seconds remaining, 5th and final round. Flick up jab from Bosnick. See Bosnick sitting on that right hand, hard jab. Good left hand on the entry from Lauren Thibodeau. Saw the reaction on the face of Bosnick. To the clinch. Thibodeau again coming forward. Jab, right hand for Bosnick. Just keeping Thibodeau back. Jump up punch from Bosnick. Unorthodox, but it landed. That left hook landed. Right hand lands from Bosnick. Big shots from Bosnick. Takes himself off balance, goes down, ruled a slip. That is the end of the fight.
Gotta love how they ended that fight, Sean. Both guys just let it all out there. Both trying to win that last round. Look at that, the mutual respect right there. These guys have been in there a long time against each other.
There was absolutely no animosity coming in between these two, even though they rematched from their August of last year MMA bout.
And that was a good left hook right there. Just landed by Thibodeau. Just though the combination, he saw where his opponent wasn't blocking, and look, landed that good left hook. And here's just the end of the round flurry. Both guys trying to steal this round. Who was able to get it, we will find out. You can see right here, Thibodeau threw a lot more, even landed at a much higher percentage. We're gonna see if it mattered who landed the harder shots. Right there, you can see the head strikes where Bosnick landed at a higher percentage. It's gonna matter what the judges thought was the most effective punch and who did the most damage.
Well fought from these two Louisiana-based fighters. Bosnick from Alexandria, Thibodeau from Shreveport. The tallying of the 3 Louisiana Athletic Commission assigned judges.
Hey, Charlotte, hey, Bubby, Daddy loves you, okay? I'll see y'all soon, okay? I don't know
Thibodeau, that mouse really formed round number 2, but it never, as you see, closed the eye, was never really a factor in this fight.
He kind of adjusted after that and decided, I got to watch that overhand right that continues to get landed. He didn't really get hit with that much afterwards.
Nice moment between these 2 fighters. Jeff Houston is set. We send it to him now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Judge Singletary scores the fight 49-46. Judge Dayton, 49-45. Judge Sherlock, 50-44. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, David the Boss Bosnick.
Very impressive debut for David Bosnick. So fantastic head movement, great footwork, and the ability to just get out of the way. Great timing there, Sean. Look forward to seeing him fight again.
4-1, 4-1, 5-0 on the 3 Louisiana judges' scorecards. And the lone knockdown of the fight coming off of that right hand in round number 2. The winner by way of unanimous decision, David Bosnick defeats Loren Thibodeau.
Welcome to the new BKFC app. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $4.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full library of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's all available right now on the new BKFC app, all here for only $4.99 a month. Knuckle up with the new BKFC app, still only $4.99 a month.
Then a crawfish boil, culinary perfection here in Louisiana. BKFC 30 brought to you by OnlyFans, Crescent Tools, 8 Man Strong, and Skill House, the movie, starring 50 Cent and Bryce Hall. How far would you go for clout? The main event for BKFC 30 features 2 men with different motivations. One looking to win his first world title in his hometown, and the other simply looking to take this whole thing over.
He's right. I'm not on his level. I'm so far above his level, he can't even decipher it.
If you think I'm scared, you gotta be stupid.
I want Lorenzo Hunt, whether it's for a title or not. I'm tired of him running his mouth.
I'm a one-man riot. And if you haven't seen it, if you don't know it, then you about dumb as Joe Riggs.
Most people in general see him as a big mouth bully because that's the character that he's selling to everybody.
I'm taking this bitch over. My name is Lorenzo the Juggernaut Hunt, and I'm fighting out of Jacksonville, Florida, originally from Cleveland, Ohio, grinding out here in the mountains with Elvin Brito and Manabo, Puerto Rico. My current BKFC record is 8-1, 7 knockouts.
Lorenzo!
To the body, down goes Joe Riggs. No controversy there. Riggs cannot beat the count.
I'm the hardest working guy in the company. I do a lot promoting myself and ultimately winning. I've coached a lot of the guys, a lot of the fighters that are doing well in BKFC have come to me for advice. There are people who
don't want to pay homage or give credence to my skill level, but the fighters recognize my greatness and they come to me for advice.
Baby. Champ. Champ. Champ, baby. Push him back. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Go. Yeah. Get him up there. Get him up there, baby. Yeah.
My name is Quentin, the Hero Henry, fighting out of West Monroe, Louisiana. My current record in BKFC is 5-1.
Quentin, the Hero Henry.
You know, when you're this weight and you just got a little bit of technique, that's all it takes. So you sit around, work on your defense, don't get hit, land a couple shots, and the fight's over.
All right, jab, and that drops Sawyer DP for the second time in this fight.
I don't think he's getting up, Sean.
I absolutely do feel like this is the biggest fight of my career. We get to fight at home, you know, the first sanctioned fight in Louisiana, getting to bring bare knuckle to Louisiana, and not only that, in my hometown where I first started fighting, and to fight for a world title at that, you know. Every dream is really coming true, and really it wasn't even a dream. These are things I didn't even expect to happen. They just kind of fell into place, you know. So as long as I just keep using my platform right, it seems like God continues to bless me. Pressure going into the ring used to be something that I struggled with on a high level. Really, it was my biggest issue was myself when it came to fights. But, you know, I've learned to, you know, find my identity in things other than fighting, you know, in my relationship with God and my wife and my kids and, you know, my community and all that. So, you know, my people show up to support me, win or lose. You know, they're going to tell me, you know, like, hey, you gave it hell. Because how many other people have got in there and fought for a world title in bare knuckle, you know? So, and how many of those people expected me to ever fight for a world title in anything? So, you know, I've proved so many people wrong already. You know, there's no losing for me. Everything's just icing on the cake. I think all the pressure is on him because this is the only thing he's ever been, and this is the only thing he ever wants people to know about him. When I meet people, the last thing I tell them is that I'm a bare knuckle fighter because I don't want them to run away and just start judging me right off the bat. You know, but he's in your face about it. He's built his identity around it. You know, he's the one that's got to worry about what he's going to do after he gets knocked out, not me.
I am a specialist. I am the best at what I do. I'm already the 205 champ. I already defeated the 205 champ. I have the best record in the 205 division. I destroyed the 205 division. So this is really just something that we have to do in order to crown me the king of the division that I've already lorded over for the past year.
And new Police Gazette Diamond 185-pound world champion.
I'm a one-man riot, and if you haven't seen it, if you don't know it, then you about dumb as Joe Riggs, because I'm coming. And it's on the news, it's on the internet, it's on the Facebook. I'm coming to Louisiana. And if you don't want to take it serious, hey, if you think it's fluke, hey, if you think I'm scared, you gotta be stupid.
All I had to do was let him fall into my trap. When I touch him, he will see that I'm the champ for a reason. It's not a mistake. I'm going to travel state to state, teaching you people why I'm the champ.
Most people in general see him as a big mouth bully because that's the character that he's selling to everybody. You know, and people where I'm from don't appreciate that at all. You know, that's how he gets his views, and if he wants to, you know, make his money like that and be cheap, it is what it is, but, you know, one day you got to pay the piper. He's going to have a lot of crow to eat when this is over with. You know, this is almost a calling for me to step in there and shut this guy up and let everybody know that you don't have to act that way to be a tough guy or to be a fighter, and you know, put some respect back in martial arts and sports in general. You know, yeah, I think he's probably nervous, and you know, he'll get to barking a little bit more here lately, and you know, and if he's not, then maybe he is taking it serious, and I hope he is. I really hope he is, because he needs to be. I just think when you're in there with somebody like me that can hit as hard as I do, within 2 rounds, I'm going to catch you and you're going to go down. It's just the way that things work. If you're our size and it's going 5 rounds, somebody ain't doing their job. And I ain't there to dance for 5 rounds. I'm there to, you know, throw haymakers and put people to sleep.
Every once in a while, I'll do a little something to show off, but there's a lot that you guys haven't seen. There's a lot that you guys don't know. And when I watch the BKFC show and I listen to people talk, I'm just, like, I just giggle. Like, you guys make me laugh because there's so much you don't know, and there's so much the guys I'm fighting don't know. I have a head start. I've been fighting consistently for the past 10 years. How do you catch up with that? I know little tricks and little things, and I can do things that you never imagined.
Yeah, I want Lorenzo Hunt, whether it's for a title or not. I'm tired of him running his mouth like I'm not here, like I ain't been here this whole time. All y'all know I have. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time before he catches a little alpha and omega.
I am going to continue to defend my belt while challenging for the 205 belt so I can be the first double world champion in BKFC history. After I take that title from Quentin Henry or whoever the fuck they put in there with me, then I'm going to heavyweight, and I will be your first 3-seed champ. I'm taking this bitch over.
And I'm backstage here at BKFC 30 with the former BKFC welterweight champion, Elvin Brito. And Elvin, man, you have been working with Lorenzo for a long time. You have had him at many camps in Puerto Rico, getting ready for this fight. What did you focus on, and did you see any holes in Quentin Henry's game that you feel like you can expose?
Well, you know, we focused on speed, mobility, you know, all the things that make the champion that he is. So we worked on all his strengths. We know that Quentin's hungry. He's here to win. You know, he's been working really hard getting ready for this fight. But I've been watching these guys since they started in BKFC, and I know there's a skill gap in between them. And no matter how hard Quentin works, that gap, it might close, it might open, but there's still going to be a gap in skill, and that's going to be the determining factor when they get out there.
Elvin, thank you so much, and we can't wait to see you back inside of the squared circle. With that being said, we got to get to our next fight. Let's go to the Crescent Tools, tail of the tape.
We move to the heavyweight division. Juan Torres versus Zach Kalmas.
Sean, you can see it very similar in all aspects. There is a slight 15-pound weight disparity. Zach Kalmas is a little bit heavier. He might want to lean on his opponent, push him around, see if that can wear his opponent down.
This is bout number 3 in BKFC for Zach Kalmas. He's 1-0 in pro boxing, had 23 amateur boxing bouts. Through his opening 2 bare-knuckle fights, Kalmas told us he now feels that punching accuracy over constant pressure is more important. He said that punching accuracy is, in fact, my key to victory.
Yeah, working on his accuracy, working on putting his guard higher, so we have to watch out for body shots. Wants to make sure that he's cutting angles all the time and firing back when he is pressured.
Kalmas said, I want to constantly throw the jab. I do not want to stand and trade with Juan Torres. I have to be smarter than that.
Well, he knows his opponent wants a boxing match. He doesn't want a boxing match. Wants the match to stay moving, utilize that jab, try and pick his opponent apart.
Kalmas said, I really respect Juan Torres. I know that he has legitimate knockout power. I will enter and exit off of angles. From the Jason mask to the Michael Myers mask, Juan Torres. This is his 4th fight in the sport of bare knuckle, his 3rd promotionally in BKFC. He's also had 23 pro MMA bouts, 14 fights in pro boxing. Torres told us that working on his fitness was his main focus in training for this bout.
Yeah, he worked on his fitness, but to do that, he wants to make sure he gets in his opponent's face the entire time. He wants to get in the pocket, he wants to utilize feints, He wants to stay close and make this a good boxing match where he can showcase his boxing skills, but do that from the inside, Sean.
Torres told us, I know that Zach Kalmas likes a high, tight striking guard. With that, he'll leave his body open, and I am going to target the body. I will throw uppercuts to the body. I will push Zach Kalmas backwards.
Pushing him back, keeping him on his heels. He feels like Zach can't fight backing up, and that's one of his keys. If he can push his opponent back, he feels like he has a more than better chance of winning this fight.
Juan Torres said, I have to establish forward pressure and movement. I cannot let Kalmas establish that forward momentum. To get us started, we go back to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the heavyweight division. Presented to you by Lions Not Sheep Apparel. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears black, blue, and pink. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 256 pounds. His bare knuckle record stands at 1 victory opposite a single defeat. Fighting out of Gloucester, Massachusetts, here is Zach Shark Attack Kalmas. And across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears blue and white. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 241.5 pounds. He steps into the squared circle for the 3rd time. Fighting out of Huntsville, Texas, here is Juan El Martillo Torres. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
Zach Kalmas said, with my high striking guard comes adjustments. If Torres goes to the body, I will adjust. Sporting touch of hands, round number 1. Blue trunks for Juan Torres, black trunks for Zach Kalmas. Off the jab from the southpaw stance, forward pressure, just like he told us he wanted to establish early is Juan Torres. Hard right jab. Kalmas bouncing off the ring ropes, resetting from the ortho stance, double jab, not there.
You see classic right-handed versus southpaw fighter. Both guys trying to get outside that lead foot. Whoever get outside has that straight shot right down the pipe.
See the level change. Left hand counter right hand from Torres. Torres wide stance. There's the duck under. Big right hand. Big swings from Juan Torres. Kalmas. Entry on the right hook. Swings, misses, now landing. Big right hand. Both fighters landed. 105 remaining, round number 1. Left to the body, overhand right on the entry from Torres. Almost an MMA-like striking sequence.
And these guys are just winging punches, Sean. Just like that.
Naked right hook to the body from Kalmas. Forward pressure again from Juan Torres. There's the duck under into the clinch right hands.
And I can hear the call of naked 2 being yelled out by Kalmas's corner right there. They just want to throw that lead right in. We talked about that, Sean. Either you're very good when you throw that or very bad. We'll see.
The front shoulder from Torres. Double jab from Kalmas. Taking Torres off his striking line. And Kalmas looking to throw that naked right hook to the body.
That's a very dangerous punch. Naked right hook to the body. Most people want to preface that with a couple jabs, at least to make the people put their hands up in their face and block it.
Torres switching to the ortho stance, to his favorite southpaw, into the clinch. Call a break from Andrew Glenn. Final seconds, round number 1 of this heavyweight bout. Swing and a miss. That is the end of round 1.
When your moment finally arrives, and all your hard work, dedication, and loyalty to your craft is clear for all to see, your results will speak for themselves. Because when you need the hardest hitting tools on the market, you reach for the brand that always knows how to throw down, each and every time. Unbelievable. Crescent Tools, trusted by the trades.
Good liver shot.
Just over 15 minutes from now, our main card will begin. You can scan the QR code on your screen. If you're over 40, ask your kids or grandkids. They will figure it out for you. Top of the hour, BKFC 30, our first time ever for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship in Louisiana. Round number 2 Our second and final bout on our worldwide free view as you're with us globally online. Juan Torres versus Zach Kalmas. There's the duck under, heavy into the clinch comes Zach Kalmas.
And Sean, both these guys winging punches so much. I'd like to see a few more straight shots right down the pipe. They're going to beat the opponent to that overhand right. You throw a straight left down the pipe or a straight right, that will land.
Heavy into the clinch. There's a big left hand. More big swings. Kalmas hard to the body with those hooks. That turns Juan Torres. Best sequence offensively of the fight for Kalmas coming forward off the jab.
Kalmas looks like he smells blood right now. He feels like he's hurt his opponent. He's coming right after him.
Andrew Glenn, soft warning to Zach Kalmas saying watch punches to the back of the head. Sporting touch of hands right back to it. 65 seconds remaining round 2.
A lot of energy was expended right there by Kalmas.
Kalmas again to the body, right hand. Literally a face wash push off of Kalmas with the left hand, backs off Torres. Torres now to the body. And the double unders, separation again from Andrew Glenn. Torres trying to duck under, landing hard right hands in the clinch. Jordan Sharp ripping up his Kalmas to get the separation. 35 seconds remaining round 2. Kalmas coming forward into the center circle.
You see right there, Torres' mouth is wide open after this exchange. It's wide open right now. And again, so is Kalmas. Both guys, their mouth is wide open. They gotta be careful. They don't wanna get that jaw broken with a overhand right.
Overhand right after the stick jab to the body from Torres. Not full power on that punch. Left hand on the entry for Torres, back into the clinch. The right uppercut from Kalmas couldn't fully land. Good right hand lands from Torres. Left hand on the counter. Not ruled a knockdown by Andrew Glenn. We move to round 3.
And both these guys are just winging so hard punches. I'm surprised if they're not going to get tired from doing this. These guys are both throwing a lot of power, and when you do that and you miss, it really zaps you for energy, John.
Relax, relax.
And here's Torres throwing some good hard right hands on the inside. Look at those. They didn't look like they were very powerful being thrown, but man, they did a lot of damage, you could tell. And look, you can see Zach. Oh. Looks like the referee felt like it was an overhand right that Torres threw that knocked him off balance, not a punch.
The issue there was not the timing, and again, it's not when the punch lands, but when the punch is thrown. If the action of the punch starts before the bell lands, the bell rings, the punch lands, it's a legal punch. Andrew Glenn, though, felt it had nothing to do with the timing, it had everything to do with the balance. So no knockdown, round number 3. Torres, double jab, heavy front shoulder jab right back from Zach Kalmas. There's the duck under again from Juan Torres into the clinch. Torres has been effective in the clinch, hitting the underhook and throwing those short, sharp punches. Some good sportsmanship. Free left hook not there. Nicely defended by Zach Kalmas. 25 remaining round 3 of this heavyweight bout. Circling on the outside, entry again from Juan Torres. Underhook now snatched by Kalmas. And the separation from Andrew Glenn. Chris, we're seeing Torres duck under to throw that hook to the body.
Yeah, I'd like to see after that hook to the body come back with another hook upstairs.
Torres momentarily changing the ortho back to southpaw.
So once again, we're not seeing too many just straight punches right down the pipe. There's a lot of looping shots. I think if you throw it straight, it might be almost like a change that people won't see it coming. Your eyes have adjusted to these hooks. A straight punch might do a lot of damage.
Mouse has popped under the left eye of Zach Kalmas, and you see it is leaking blood. Hard jab to the body from Torres. Hook to the body. Entry left hook, counter left hook right back. Kalmas landed, Torres smiled. Now to the body, on the entry goes Zach Kalmas. 15 seconds remaining round 3. Stiff jab. There's the duck under, left hand. Clever from Torres. Short right hand again. Another right hand. Torres driving forward. Next stop, round 4.
And you can really see during that last minute, Torres really found a home for some shots to the body. He's doing a lot of really good body work right now, and it just shows these guys have thrown so much energy after these punches. They're gassed. It's going to be very difficult for Kalmas to continue to throw punches that rate like that and block the body. It's just, you're tired when you throw punches like that.
You've got to start leading with something different. He's answering off your jab.
See Chris Jensen in the corner of Zach Kalmas.
A straight right or a hook. Right? Every time you jab, he's catching.
Kalmas just fights with so much heart. He just goes out there and leaves it all out. He wants to hit you so hard. He
wait for him to come in.
Everything into each punch right there, and then you get tired, but he's doing a great job of fighting through that pain and fighting through that tiredness and continuing to put on a great fight.
It's not above.
Don't move, Zach. Don't move.
Don't move. Let him finish.
Don't move, Zach. Don't move. Don't move.
You just heard the seconds out whistle. Set for round number 4. First up to scratch is Juan Torres. Knuckle up from Andrew Glenn. Round number 4 underway. Immediate forward pressure from Juan Torres. Kalmas circling out off the jab. Kalmas sitting on that right hand. The jab again with the right hand from the southpaw stance for Torres. Torres, you see now slapping, parrying away that jab of Kalmas. And not getting through from Torres. To the body. To the body again.
There's where Torres really starts to do damage. When he starts landing at the body, it seems like it really takes it out of that Kalmas.
Triple jab on the entry for Kalmas into the clinch. 1:15 remaining round 4. Right hook not there to the body from Kalmas. To the left jab to Zach Kalmas. Overhand left from Torres. That was clever, that landed.
That was clever because he continued to throw those lefts to the body, and just that made the punch upstairs not being looked for because Zach was used to that going to the body.
You see how low now Juan Torres is leaving his hands. I don't think that's exhaustion. I think that's trying to bait in Kalmas. Kalmas definitely not using as high of a striking guard as we've seen in his 2 previous bouts. So higher, tighter hands for Zach Kalmas than for Juan Torres. Torres keeping his rear left hand below waistline here through much of round 4. 20 seconds remaining in this 4th round. Duck under again, right hand, left hand, big overhand right from Zach Kalmas. Driving Torres back with the left hook. Shades of Kazushi Sakuraba, the left, right, and close. Albeit Sakuraba would do that on the ground. We move to the 5th and final round.
Like I said, you can tell how tired right now Zach Kalmas is, but he still came up with a good combination there, landed some good punches and spun Juan Torres around.
Want to get some water.
At the beginning of that round, I saw Juan Torres go to the body a few times. I thought that was going to be a trend he was going to continue because that worked so well in the 3rd round. He got away from it.
Relax, breathe, breathe,
what happened. There is a good left hand in the face early in that round.
You're good, breathe.
Zach Kalmas does what he does and walks right through it, though. And here's just some good work being done by Zach Kalmas.
Right now, Zach. We're up. You hear me?
Trying to stay busy in there.
Big breath in through your nose, slowly exhale out your mouth. Get back, loose up, calm and present. This is the rounds
The
I'm
top
talking
of the hour,
about.
just
These
over
are the
5
rounds
minutes
that
from
I'm
now,
talking about
our
right
main
now.
card will
These are the
begin. You
rounds that
can
make
watch
you
it
a
live
fighter.
worldwide
This is all your
on the
hard work.
BKFC app. We are set for the 5th and final round of this bout in the heavyweight division. Juan Torres versus Zach Kalmas. 5th and final round underway. Zach Kalmas opens with a double jab off from scratch.
You can see Zach using all heart right now. He really wants to finish strong.
Face wash with the right hand of Torres. Glenn warned him for that. You can't palm, you can't open hand slap, you can't legally face wash in bare knuckles. Was coming forward. Torres to move laterally. To the clinch, overhook. Now snatched by Torres. To the body goes Zach Kalmas. Short punches, there's the separation. Henry left hook to the body for Torres.
Torres just looking to get inside with those punches.
Overhand right, then a double left hand from Torres.
He's got to throw more punches when he's on the inside. Sometimes he's just clinching. It's Torres right there.
Overhand right, Kalmas walking through that. Two-handed push off by Torres. No warning there from Andrew Glenn. Overhand right from Kalmas, left to the body from Torres, left to the head. The fighters continuing to throw, continuing to land. That now's fully popped. Blood flowing freely under Kalmas' left eye.
Luckily, it's front of the eye. It's not going to affect the vision at all.
Driving pressure again from Zach Kalmas. 20 seconds remaining in this fight. Kalmas again driving forward off of the hooks. Right uppercut to the body for Torres. Left hand. Kalmas landing a left hand. Torres with a left hand. Both fighters swinging freely. The overhand left. Left again. That is the end of the fight.
Wow, what a finish right there. Looked like Torres got wobbled for a second.
These are two genuinely nice human beings, Juan Torres and Zach Kalmas. You see basically a mutual celebration of their 10 minutes of work.
Good job, my friend.
Both smiling. You saw the hug.
Good job. Good job, big dog. Come on, baby.
And here, both guys knew everything might be on the line, so they're just going to let it all go out. Just wild punches being thrown right here. Good right hand being landed. You can see Torres kind of slips up a little bit. From a different angle, you see the same thing. There's a lot of punches being thrown. Good overhand right there. Very close competitive fight, Sean.
He hits hard. Juan's a beast.
Look at that percentage right there being landed by Juan Torres. Unbelievable. However, Zach Kalmas did throw a lot more punches, so that's what we're going to find out. Both guys landed about the same. Percentage is different. I mean, look at those head punches being thrown by guys. 295, but percentage-wise, unbelievably good for Juan Torres. This is going to be a hard one for the judges. 98% landed for Torres, 91 for Kalmas. I mean, when they went to the body, they landed heavily, so this is going to be a hard one to score. Are you going for accuracy and power, or are you going to go for volume? We're going to find out right now, Sean.
Thank you so much. Look at my mom. I love you, Mom.
We still await the entry of Jeff Houston, which means a slight delay at the commission table for the Louisiana State Athletic Commission. The delay is ended. Jeff Houston is now into the ring. We send it to Jeff Houston now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, our judges send into the ring a split decision. Judge Singletary scores the fight 48-47 in favor of Torres. Judge Dayton, 48-47 in favor of Kalmas. And Judge Sherlock, 49-46 to the winner by split decision, Juan El Martillo Torres.
Great victory for Torres. A very close fight. Came in and did enough to win in 2 judges' eyes, Sean.
You see the mutual respect, the sportsmanship, indeed the friendship. Very hard fought between Juan Torres and Zach Kalmas over the full 5 rounds and 10 minutes. The winner, by way of split decision, Juan Torres defeats Zach Kalmas.
I am the best, pound for pound, bare knuckle fighter in the world, period.
He's down on the counter from Richmond. Big right hand lands again from Mike Richmond. Down a 3rd time goes David Rickles.
I want to go for the title. Whoever they put, I'll take it. I'm going to be the underdog, and I love being the underdog.
Right hand. A knockdown by Nick Barrett. Down goes Dakota Cochran. And down goes Jared Warren. Wow.
I'm already the fucking champ, man. Period.
Can you hear me, Sean?
It's kind of a mess.
Lorenzo,